Okay, it says my little phone is up. So, hello all who have shown up, and hello any time travelers looking from the future. I am Tidbit, I do voices, I design games and worlds and stuff like that. Here we are playing the Apollo Trilogy. We are currently on Game 2, Case 4. The first segment of this was really short, so that was a surprise, but also needed, because, you know, short streams are nice. I do these every Monday at noon PST. So, let's get this show on the road. Last we saw was this courtroom getting blown up. So, oh boy. Let's see where this leads. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. You know, normal things. This one destroyed courtroom number 4, and nothing else. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off, but he already had his eye missing during the trial, so don't know what's going on there. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. Can you not, like, say that differently in your monologue, Phoenix? I just thought it'd be a fun way to lighten up the mood, since they said that a lot in the case that she was pointed at. A bomb just happened in our current time. Maybe not lighten up? Alright, back to Bum Phoenix. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Wood's name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tonate. He tried to kill Phoenix! December 19th, 3:01 p.m. Write anything agency. I guess I'm gonna be the main character, right? Yep. Apollo is a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Tonate? Like, that on top of all of his other injuries? Yeah, he, like, sustained 3 different injuries. He had his eye, he was there at the bombing, and then Ted Tonate just whacked him! Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic, so his recovery should either be really quick or really long. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. He's only a ripe 23. Hey! For once, we get both their ages side by side. There's Trucy, Clay, Juniper, Solomon, Simon, Bobby, Candace. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels like celebrating. Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now, dry those eyes, both of you.
You're the only one who's crying, Athena.
Technicalities! Look! We have work to do! We have to take over!
Take over what exactly?
Apollo Space Center case, of course! As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance! I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade! Right, Papa?
Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know.
Good! Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run!
Wait, right now? What? Now? We better not be running the whole way. I am old. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy?
Sure thing, Papa. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake you some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you.
Trucy seems to be acting just her normal chipper self. You can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. It's almost like she should be the main character or something.
She's back! Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Phone, documents, bag.
Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that, too.
Alright, you two. Let's be careful out there. Is the live chat up? Yeah. Oh, you've been saying a lot. Let's see. Sell machine. Start any moment now, but in 1 minute, the position of bargaining like that. Huh? Maybe do the Edward one. Huh? Huh? Then hello. I'm guessing the hello is when stream started. And then okay. I remember that. Walk through at least. What? Detonate is like a pun for detonate. Yep. We got that from the first case. Apollo is maybe the luckiest person alive. Have you seen him? There's a live chat up.
So, our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him.
That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago.
The fact everyone's harping on that makes me feel like he wasn't.
What? Why would you say that?
Because I've been here for... let me count. This would make the 8th game.
Wouldn't it be the 5th?
I'm not good with numbers. You seem to know quite a bit about him and numbers. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow. That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. I'm right. Mentor has a nice ring to it.
Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered.
And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait! Don't I know you from somewhere?
Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so.
I guess so. My mistake.
He's counting MVC3 in Phoenix versus Leighton Dawn of Justice.
My memory isn't what it used to be. Oxygen deprivation will do that to a fella.
My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes. We're gonna have to pull off some slug terror moves with a geyser to get there? I don't know. He's seriously gotta stop depressing himself, though. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, that thing you said about entering the stratosphere? Hi, what's up, lovely dog? Hi. The one big flaw with this game is characters who know Athena not knowing Athena for convenience. What? That just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars? Huh. You know, you're right. Why don't I think of that? After all, that's what we're all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. I think we're just supposed to make plastic. What? That's the end goal? Yeah, plastic. Why? Mother Gaia just likes it. The fuck? Mr. Starbuck was like, don't I know you? Guess not. I don't know what any of that means. Of just, why would Starbuck know Athena and then wouldn't know Athena? I want Justice Cortine / Verdi Gavil to be the judge in Ace Attorney 7. Wait. Is that the, like, evil gal with, like, menacing villain music, even though she isn't a villain until the very final case? Well, technically direct villain. She's kind of annoying all throughout. But isn't that Justice Corti? Did they change her name? I did hear about them changing names. Now I want to look up what all their names got changed to. Because I'm so used to the fan version, apparently. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! Thunk. I like his little animation of thunk. Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? Yeah, he's kind of the personification of jet fuel. Once you light him, boom. He's up in the sky. So, you have no memory at all of the incident. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills, like they said at the trial? You got it all wrong. I told him during the investigation, too. I don't know anything about any drug. I've never taken any medication, I swear. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. That's almost 12 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know. Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. He's the personification of jet fuel. When you light him, he can kill everyone around him in an explosion if you Don't you know? I have great murderous impetus. Don't light
My fuse. Why do you think I keep myself depressed? I'm like a superhero whose ability is a bomb, and I don't know about it. So legally speaking, if we're going under the world of cosmic court, of comical grades, legally, I can't be charged with destruction of property because I didn't know I was a bomb before that point. Yeah, they changed the name in Investigation Collection. Example, Raymond Shield is changed to Eddie Fender. What? What? Eddie Fender? What? No! What? No! I like the Raymond Shield part because that gave him like a look of like, oh yeah, he's on the up and up. And so whenever there was the weird stuff that Defender. Eddie Fender. Yeah. It wasn't super direct, but now it fits in with Ace Attorney names. But I don't like this one because if you just take him of Mr. Fender, then it's just like, oh, he's a repeat offender. Offender of what? All those creepy comments he made towards Kay? Oh no! But I'm still an astronaut at heart. Come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. I wish I could, like, know when he's being this more confident self, because I want to play with, like, he seems like a completely different person now by switching up his accent to the more, like, Stardate. You know, Star Trek stuff. This is the face of an astronaut I know. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. Athena? Why didn't you say drugs or the pills? Why'd you specify tranquilizer? Because? Apollo's like, I don't believe in the theory of relativity. It's just a theory. And Star's like, I don't think you understand that word. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe somebody slipped them to you? Exactly! That's what I thought! It must have been the real culprit! My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Sebastian de Best, new name is Eustace Winner? What? Eustace Bags, wait. Now I don't know who to believe. One tells lies, the other tells truths. Who can I trust?
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I say, you even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. Oh, Eustace Bags from Courage.
Ah. I've never watched an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Whoops.
It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from, one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah. Staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special tool kits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. Utility knife updated.
Well, Justice Corti new name, which is Variety Gavel, sounds cool. Yeah, having the last name Gavel is kind of cool. For one of the projects I've worked on with my twin, specifically Battlethirst, one of the sniper characters we have is called Gavel. Because they judge you, and if they deem you guilty, the gavel falls. I believe we named their sniper rifle the Verdict.
As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago. Nearly 12 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problem? Great, you're infecting me. What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked window, lost control column. The heat shields came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was a goner. But I managed to stick it out somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the That One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and on forever and ever and ever without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space.
With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission?
What? No way! Of course not! Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity and escape velocity and spin around weightlessly!
But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid?
I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is a man's final frontier in unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there, waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fears, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the good fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. The victim, Clay Terran, he was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big, exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination they must have been. Like a student and a teacher. Like a sensei and a pupil. You just did synonyms. Ugh.
With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fears and back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging. Huh.
Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine.
You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all of the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it. Yes, give Apollo's, fun character traits to other characters, because he can't have anything original to himself.
Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. Though, counter-argument to that, it does, show the connection between Clay and Apollo, that you thought it was an Apollo thing, when it's just a show of their great, strong friendship.
But does Apollo have anything else to his name? He's got that magic bracelet, doohickey. Yeah, which is his family's line. Trucy and such. He's got horns. I feel El Tigre has him beat on scary hairstyle. Even Phoenix has horns.
They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, even since they were high school kids. Yes, because that's so far away from when they are now.
They're like sonic spines, not demon horns. Okay. He has horns. Little bit.
One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like part of the staff. One time, during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine," over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So, "I'm fine" and "you're fine" were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases. Huh? What am I thinking? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Yeah.
I do find it a tiny bit clever that they knocked out Apollo so they can have this kind of close thing of the victim was, I just saw a strange parallel. The victim is almost the same situation as Apollo trying to take on Mr. Blue. Or was it Mr. White? Or Mr. Red? Whatever his red, white, and blue name is. It's like that, of where it's just like he had to, try and prove who killed Mia. And I wonder if they just pulled Apollo out of this case because they don't want to repeat the same thing. Apollo needs to die. Needs to have a friend die to become a lawyer. I mean, yeah. That seems to be the only way to become a lawyer. One of the victims, you try and prove who killed them, is someone close to you, so that way you can resolve. I mean, Edgeworth lost his father.
My friends always text me, "Help me." But if I don't respond, that means they won't die, because then I don't have to do their case. But if I say, "Yeah, I'll help you," then I'll have to justify to myself, because they're dead now, that the way to help them is to help them figure out who their killer is. But if I just say I don't help them, then boom, they don't die. How do you think I have so many friends, Athena?
Apollo, I'm the one who texts you, "Help me!" You were fine with the toaster. I was not! Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. Space has my imagination right now, not a murder.
But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows.
You're fine, Solomon! Soul Starbuck! You are fine! Everything is gonna be alright!
Huh?
Why are you so aggressive this section of just trying to be like, hey, everyone's fine? And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too!
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you!
Phoenix Wright is fine! Ugh.
We'll get you back in space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you. Both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And vow to make it back into space! All I need is a not guilty verdict. Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine.
Doll, is Phoenix Wright your type? Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto!
Good idea. Let's go. Do you know anything about this piece of evidence?
Nope.
Sorry, I'm so useless. No, it's all right. There's no need to get all depressed. Just no need to get all depressed. Instantly snaps back to his default fine pose. Clay carried me out and saved me. But after all that, to be killed with this blade. And the fact the killer might be me.
Now he's got you, Cyan boss.
Do you know anything about this piece of evidence? Nope, this is the fail state. It's so long. Clay always used to cheerfully greet me in a loud voice. And he did vocal exercises every morning. Sometimes until he was hoarse, right? Exactly! You could always hear him, even through the wall. Hey, wait a minute. Did you know Clay? Nope. But like attracts like, as they say. Do you know anything?
According to my timeline, Cosmos Space Station habitat might be used for high orbit missions or low orbit missions. I don't know.
Alright. Entrance. December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Entrance. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place this space center would be. It's almost like an amusement park of the future.
Yeah! Did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close?
Is that going to be relevant to the case?
Maybe, since this is Force dialogue. Oh, so check it out! Look at how brightly the Gaiaxia logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rockets motif. It's got going.
Gaiaxa. Huh. Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah. But why this strange acronym? I mean, what is Gaia supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I would have abbreviated to Gaxa. Or even Gaia.
I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
Oh god, are we gonna deal with a billionaire who loves Y? Several years before we had to deal with the billionaire who loved the letter X?
Oh no, I hope it doesn't come to that.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Chat, help me remember, I wasn't Phoenix when this happened. What is this a reference to?
Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction.
Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh! It's a monument to the human race! Galactic scooter, full speed ahead! Oh!
Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he want?
Look upon me and... Okay, I can't do like a southern general accent for this. So, I'm more...
Oh, this is Yuri?
Okay, so, he's the Russian. Look upon me and... This is starting to sound like... the guy in the last case. I need a Russian accent. Okay. Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos!
Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing.
If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means...
Ah! So, you mean we're the first to discover Clay's... You were the first one to discover Clay's body, weren't you?
And who was the first to find the victim? Actually, there were two of them. Ugh. The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candice Ami. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police?
You can't tack the word space on to just any old thing, you know.
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers.
We're here to investigate his case. It's half a galaxy himself. Someone who loves Y. That's the Timu version of SpaceX, Florida man. It's Mr. Cosmos. He is real. I want to see him up close. Just Space Police was the best Lego theme. We all know the best one was Bionicle. It had the story to back it up. But Space Police definitely was up there. It had a massive, strange cast of characters. They weren't afraid to create new molds for heads back then. There is no peanut butter for that jelly on that plate. I don't think you're ready for his jelly. Yeah, there's Ripper having his stroke again. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are a Russian.
Yeah.
I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now, go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble with that shoddy Russian accent.
Don't let him hear you say that, or we'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? So, as director, what do you want to do here at the Space Center, specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind. Oh, I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Attention, all personnel! To your break stations! Prepare for break!
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
This is exactly right, because I'm an important man. My manner is important.
Mr. Wright, he's getting too close to means. This man doesn't get sarcasm.
Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in this boundlessness of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important specifically? Very well. I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Het 1 project. You may proceed to You may be appropriately impressed. Now, go ahead. Have at it.
I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically.
Could you tell us what you know about the incident from the other day? I refuse. What? Explanation is a job for common folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about.
Then let's at least try and ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about.
Space shark repellent. Oh, should he be more of a...
I like Batman kind of voice. The traditional Batman, a glorious space center. I mean, that would kind of fit, but
I don't want to sully the name of... Fuck, I forget his name. I played the Lego game. He was the guy who was talking all the time about hints. And he would say his name, but I forget. Who is that Batman?
Adam West. Shall we stick to Russian, who is dangerously close to Prof Means, or should we stick to Adam West? Place your votes now for the importance of the center of the galaxy.
The mayor of Family Man. I don't know what that is.
The Hat 1 was a project that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I will impart to you the complete story of the Het 1 project. Oh, thank you very much. Het 1's novel mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Het 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the whole probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the whole probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Het 1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the Cat One Miracle occurred. Right?
I think he stole my line.
How many lines has he been stealing?
Just that one, it looks like.
Correct!
Although it does perfectly fit him of
Just like, this is when this happened, right? Correct! And it truly was a miracle, of course. They just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the hot probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So, what kind of samples are they? What's in them?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we had no time to inspect the samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. I like to think his right eye is just 2 inches above where it's supposed to be. Oh, there it is.
No, I magically lose an eye whenever I am forward. You only need one eye to look man in face.
At one rocket. What is the difference? I guess this guy isn't a loudmouth braggart. After all, braggart? I guess that just means brags a lot.
In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in history of this space center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential.
A moon rock, huh? Oh. I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's a lot of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroid these days. They say the results could potentially have huge impacts on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue! It's not for anything so biased as money or politics. Blech. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind! And all for my illustrious mission. You only need one eye to look a man in the face. And I don't look a woman in the face, so I only need one eye right now for one face.
Soviet USA flashback. Space race.
With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight. But I won't hear it!
I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd brush up on stuff, you know, for the case.
Is that so? Well, I will be on my way. As you can see, I am very busy and a very important man. Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage!
Oh, gee whiz! I wonder why Athena has connections to everything and everyone we come across. How weird! Why do you say it like that, doll? Now you're making me suspicious. Does she come from the future? Is that where Gadget's from? Is that why she has super high-tech stuff? She's from the future? It's actually Apollo's kid, and so it's this weird thing going on.
I guess we better get going, too.
She's from the distant future, 2005. You bet! Let's make it so! What Toriyama planet did we end up on? This looks so Dragon Ball! She even says, make it so, like Picard.
Make it so. So, this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. This is the lounge? Huh. I thought it was oriented different.
Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled from the Launchpad 1 after the explosion.
You there! No attendance without express permission!
We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate.
Sorry, nobody gets in without permission, not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So, Detective Fulbright is here? Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see, what trick should I use on him today?
I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid.
So to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor... Ah! Here we are. We were standing on the body! We just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think.
Wait, that door? It looks awfully familiar.
Good eye there, boss. This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad.
Ah, that explains it.
The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through? Now, come on! Let's go! Full speed ahead! The moment you entered the Space Center, you have traveled forward 30 years. Humanity was wiped out by the Seahorse. They closed off the area where the murder didn't occur. Yeah, wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. They're not saying that. They're saying there's a police guy just off screen no matter how we turn. I can't rotate here. But they're saying we can't use the investigate button here until we talk to Fulbright. Oh my goodness. Little Robo! I want that as a friend.
So, this is it, huh?
You say huh a lot.
Huh?
Ugh.
This is the corridor where the two of them used in their escape.
Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. For now. Robot, we're getting close to my girl. Ish. Are you telling me there's a robo-witness? Yeah!
I see police tape down the other end. Guess we won't be looking into the launch pad. Also, just to shoot at Doll for a tiny minute here. Yeah, they're not... They have one guy guarding where the murder happened, and they have all the police efforts looking into the explosion that destroyed half a building.
After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke.
That doesn't really matter in a spacesuit.
True.
And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. Must have been pretty scary for them.
Now, where could Detective Fulbright be?
Hey! I'm stuck in the vacuum! Hey!
Hey, I think I hear him.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Fulbright's a ghost. Save him from Luigi.
Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here with a little rocket sightseeing? We're here to investigate the scene. Same as you. Do you have any info to share?
Boss, if he acts all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it?
Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info on the case. Alright, I'll gladly share some with you.
Huh? What just happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me. And you info bandits, I'm in a generous mood today.
I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today.
Didn't you hear, Athena?
What?
Blackwell's dead.
What? And how are we gonna have the last case?
It's the case that happens, like, metaphorically between you and the ghost of Blackwell.
What? Ugh.
Well, we need information, so let's run with it.
If you say so.
Come on, spit it out. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene?
There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do?
That's an easy one! I'll let them know you're over here. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even! Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. Oh, no. That's okay. Thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know.
Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he's hit his head or something?
Who knows? Whatever the case is, it's making our lives way easier. Go with it. What happened? You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incident, weren't you, Detective? That's right! I was here on security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that.
Yes. Well, you know us, to serve and protect. Wasn't a field trip or anything, nope. The explosion occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course! A bomb went off. Is that it? No, sorry, I forgot to open my mouth there. A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Lunchpan 1 also blew sky high. Pretty good movie. It's not like high art or anything, but it's a great movie just to watch. You know, popcorn flicks. Why can't we have popcorn flicks anymore? Why can't I watch the damn Mario movie in peace?
I think I know what he's angry about and trying to be happy. To facade.
Yeah, I think I got that too. So, I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right! There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies, and the like, you know, like this. They deal with rockets. Rockets explode. So, having a shelter that is explosion-proof Make sense at the place where you test and launch rockets.
So, where were you when the first bomb went off?
I was on duty on the fourth floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the second floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Then, wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
No. We lowered an emergency ladder from the fourth floor window. From the fourth floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it was very stable. It wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
Wow. What an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun.
Athena, are you a thrill seeker?
I stick with you, peeps, and apparently we get bombs in some of our cases, so cool! Ugh. A cough wanted to escape right in the middle of that sentence, and that's where the strange enthusiasm came from.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment! I have some more information to share with you! But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
What? Wow. And Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too.
Well, never mind that. I thought you should know. There was a witness.
I like Athena's crooked smile. The expressions on everyone new that they're not trying to mimic and stuff are pretty good. Apollo looks so weird in 3D with his, like, Whoville face. Huh? Athena, the pyromaniac. Athena, the letter lover. Works well with the current face. Athena, the fractal. Athena, the yellow. Athena, the mom killer. Here we go! My girl is starting to come up! Ooh.
Could you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing! The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the fourth floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the third floor lounge.
So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right! It was just a matter of chance that she saw something so important. And she's fully modeled, too. She's right behind me. Not that I know exactly what she saw yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Don't worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be here somewhere in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A fourth floor employee, huh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, even.
Yes. Well, actually, something you can't talk about. Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me.
Oh, no. Wait, did Fulbright get fired? No, wait, he's still working with the police. I really think he's no longer working with Blackwell.
Well, I'll be on my way now. What was that all about?
Something is definitely going on. I'm going to get it out of him the next time I see him. No longer Simon's handler. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. I'm not so sure he'll talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge.
Dang it, I want to poke the little robo. No.
December 19th. You're gonna meet someone. Boarding lounge.
Ah, you two! Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like.
That's all right, but thank you for the offer.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating.
Ah! Wait, my YouTube on my phone just did the kerplowy again. Or is it channel live chat? Chat is set to all messages. Whoa. Ripper speaks a lot more than I see. Rotating seat on the roof of a spinning circle.
Now, let's see. Where's that diagram again? So, this is the lounge on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of the third person then.
You read my mind, Athena. For that, I'll crack a cold one in your honor. Today's flavor is Arizona Mucho Mango. This one on my list of Arizonas that sit on my cupboard. This one's rated low, strangely. So I picked it up just to see and remember why. Because it's been over a year since I re-rated the thing on the Arizonas I could get my hand on.
Let me take another sip. That was not a great first sip.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh, this is not gonna be great. Ugh. Ah.
There's just one problem, though. Mango fucking sucks.
Yeah.
This room. It's just so big.
Don't worry. We can use this to help.
A Space Center pamphlet for tourists?
Yep. Picked it up at the entrance. The map inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep. Here it is. A map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. This is like a normal room size.
My gosh, Phoenix, you are so, like, pigeonholed. He has to be taught 3D stuff because he hasn't been here any of the cases. When Phoenix Wright is investigating your murder, your cause of death will have been a mango drink. No! I don't want to die like this. It's a confusing layout. How? I wonder if it's just the fact that I do a lot of like architecture for my voxel art and studies like that, and so I'm just used to strange room layouts for, you know, the use behind the walls and stuff fitting together like puzzle pieces, but this isn't strange to me at all.
Oh, yeah, that's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock.
Why'd you say that so weird?
I thought it would just say fingerprint scanner. It used a bigger word than I was expecting. I am hurt. I have a boo-boo on my brain.
Don't talk like that, Phoenix.
Okay. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Space Center pamphlet added to the court record.
Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss. It's just a holographic image.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Whew, that's a relief. Oh my gosh. The idea that Phoenix does not know when something is fake. Man, this is really scary.
Phoenix, it's a movie.
Oh shit. I thought this was a window.
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet, anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Just look for the button while I'll look for the button while you look for clues.
All right, fine. Let's get investigating.
See, now I can use the investigation button. Rotate. Rotate.
I am the monster.
The frick is that?
No matter how hard I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity.
Not zero gravity. It's used to, make sure you don't get sick and to test control.
Uh-oh. Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her. But I'm afraid she'll just out-muscle me. Jesus! How weak is Right?
Hey, Mr. Wright! Look at that up there.
Some kind of fragment. It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was about. Phew.
That color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank.
I think you're right.
You're right.
Hey. But if that's here, it means Clay's tank rupture. It means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So,
Hey, my line. Yeah. So, Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong! This proves that both the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge.
So, Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad.
Isn't it always funny that whenever we have to deal with it in court first, there's something at the scene of the crime that immediately throws out the prosecution's first argument?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Athena, you clicked the wrong button. You're gonna self-destruct the place. Athena is the type, I think, who's not strong, but throws hand with zero reserve and will take you out if you aren't a trained fighter. Yay. She lived in Europe. They don't have guns. That means you gotta get better in other ways. Yep, there's totally no guns in Europe. None at all. None. Way to go, Apollo.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a send up to Toriyama stuff of just hey, we liked it. Check out our references to it.
Is this the button?
Okay. There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here.
Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons.
There are such things as buttons left unpushed.
Hey! The giant holographic image disappeared.
Yeah. Though, that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it. Still, let's see if we can find anything new with the Image cut off.
You killed the seahorse alien! No! Let's see. You'll have to evolve to shoot projectiles from your mouth. What?
Oh, we're talking about the Europe gun thing. Okay.
When I played this, I didn't think there was a third rotation. Didn't know if any other case has that, so I was stuck. In the stage of the last case, you can be in front, looking at both benches, and you can be behind each bench. So that's 3 sides. And there was definitely a segment where it's like you can only see stuff from the prosecutor's bench because there was some little piece of rock covering the body on one bench.
That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there.
According to the pamphlets, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides that you can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too.
Why would anybody want to have something like that here?
It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and the body.
Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0 Gs?
It literally is. If I was making this, it's like this didn't start as a space research center. This started as a space amusement park, but then they figured out how to make their own rocket fuel. And we're just like, yeah, let's actually be astronauts. We have all the different rides that test your Gs.
These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training session.
I wonder if they can change your voice.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Huh. It didn't do a thing.
To you? It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen.
Oh, a mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here.
Thoughtful? Oh no. I know what this room looks like.
Mr. Wright, what? Why does that? Why does it look like you're having a PTSD moment?
This is a VR chat hub. We need to leave now. Oh no!
So the ladies can fix up their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all.
I doubt anybody who thinks that would ever become anyone who thinks that would ever become an astronaut in the first place.
Oh, what?
Phoenix is brutal.
I need to make an appointment to my usual annual G testing.
So, it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room.
Well, let's check. Drumroll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says boarding lounge number 1. Here, there are 3 doors. Let's call them lefty, righty, and downy.
People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know?
Details. Anyway, take a close look at the west door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor.
So, that's where we were with the detective. It was filled with smoke after the explosion.
Right. Next up, the right. Yep. Why did it skip that one? The right-hand side of the map, or east in your world.
We're in the Eastern world.
We're what? I thought we were in America. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communications, aka the control room.
Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So, it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody start to talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while?
But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with a fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through.
With that much security, you're definitely not the only one they're looking to keep out, Athena.
So apparently the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies.
That's gonna be important later. Okay, what about the last door? The one I clicked on.
This lower door, oh, excuse me, I mean south door, it leads to the elevators. There is gonna be a little robot friend! Yeah!
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right?
Phoenix, is your memory okay?
No, I'm having the protagonist syndromes.
Yep. And of course, there were no fingerprint recognition devices, so it opens to anyone.
Phoenix is curious George with the woman in yellow.
Really?
It was low-hanging fruit, like a banana. You look like a banana.
Hey!
Curious George versus the Von Karma family. That monkey would be dead. Out of the two members I know about the Von Karmas, you know, Manfred and Francisca, they kill people. Francisca, not legally yet, but Gumshoe is he's a special creature. He is able to resist whips.
Oh, ah! What's this taser?
Dead monkey.
But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the Three Musketeers and the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we better have a good grasp on where all the doors go.
Yo.
Beep.
The Three Musketeers has 4 members, Athena. I'm not joking.
What? Then why are they called the Three Musketeers?
Because 3 of them are musketeers, the other one is not until the end of the story.
What? Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this.
It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena.
It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun.
You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol.
Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right?
Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet around somewhere?
No. The police might have taken it, though. Bullet hole added to the court record.
Let's Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Button. Button. I wonder what's going on with this, what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob is on a stove? It looks like the knob on a stove.
Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this?
Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off.
Right. If it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what this one is really for.
Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove. How about a rocket engine?
What? If you had to start the engines here, the rocket would take off before you could get in it.
Then I guess we can say for now that this is a mystery knob.
So, this is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess if you put your hand on this mark...
Why guess when you can try? Now, time to line up my hand with the outline.
Don't, Athena! This thing is related to the case. Get your prints all over it, and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect.
Ugh, how can you be so cruel to a little girl like me?
I'm not buying those tears, Missy.
Let's see. This door is... Where's that pamphlet? Aha! Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to the Launchpad 1.
Where's your memory going, Athena?
I don't know. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright.
So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right?
They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device.
Did you... What? We just talked about this.
I don't know what's going on with my brain. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial.
The notion of a third party in the Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. And allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
Then, does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small.
Voila! Fingerprint powder. I brought it just in case something like this came up.
Where'd you get that, Athena?
I don't know.
Where'd you get that, Athena?
I got it from the precinct.
When were you at the precinct, Athena?
I don't know where I got it.
Let me check the label. Please say. Please don't say it. Please don't. Okay. This is perfectly fine.
What were you so scared about, Mr. Wright?
I was scared that it would say scientific device.
Shouldn't it say scientific?
Thank you. Athena, you're a good kid.
I found it at the... Oh, it is the same one. I found it at the office. Oh, fuck. I've been just itching for a chance to use it.
Wow. Way to think ahead. Now, let's dust the fingerprint recognition device and see what we find. Probably several people's prints layered over it.
You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and... Let's see what we have here. Oh! We got something! Oh, it's only a single set of prints.
Isn't that a good thing?
Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are.
Although, I doubt we'll be so lucky to get the culprit's prints from the first try.
Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright had some fingerprint data.
Right. There's the security footage over this door, too.
Yeah, here it is. It came up in court the other day.
I wish I could see the part of the footage just after this bit.
Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away.
Yeah, he's almost too good. He's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's see if we can find him once we're done with this room.
Those tears are clearly just drawn on white circles. That is where dementia kicks in on Athena. You ask Simon to list the precious few who have authorization, and like the only other one is Mr. Murder. Is Mix Murder. It was him! Durr! Detective fooled him. That's a good name. It's a stupid name, but it's funny as heck. I am Detective Fooled him. And it runs with the idea of like, that's Fulbright, this is Fooled him. Or maybe that's why this Fulbright's not acting right. Because this isn't the Fulbright we know. This is Fooled him.
This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape.
Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with love and peace.
If you're done now, shall we move on?
Yeah, okay. But just one more for the road. Peace.
Very mature.
Says the man who keeps his hair spiky.
It's my brand. Otherwise, that image of Francisca she drew on a piece of shell evidence, it would be useless.
Have you even talked to Francisca?
No.
I saw shiny. She and Pitt would get along. Like Pitt Icarus. Hey, I see something shiny down there.
Let's take this cover off then. That's heavy.
Ooh, what's this tiny little thing? It's like a metal jelly bean.
It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That would make the caliber .10?
Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right?
Yeah. I've never heard of a .10 caliber gun before. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun.
I bet if you tried firing a bullet with this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out.
Yeah, it's been a really small gun.
I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left of the south door. On the south door side of the room, according to this map. It's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here.
Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us the card we need.
Bullet added to the court record.
Who are you?
I am your little helper. Don't you remember me? Phoenix. Phoenix, remember. Remember me?
Are you being haunted by a Kermit?
I think I am. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says.
Oh boy! I want to try it! Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could
do some mid-air somersaults.
We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling.
Well, at least I could jump really high.
There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, "Don't jump too high."
Then what good is this thing?
I think this is for that new game that's about your jump height is higher than your landing height before you die.
What game is that?
You watch Second Wind?
What's Second Wind?
You ever watch The Escapist?
Yeah, I only watched it for the little funny yellow guy.
Yeah, he got fired.
What?
Yeah, they made a second channel called Second Wind.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy did a review of that game recently.
Oh. Why are you dating this?
Because it's a live stream. It's dated the second I say a word because people can react to it.
Oh.
Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Huh? What's this? A trap door?
It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here.
The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies.
No way! All the robots here are very nice.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because foreshadowing. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi if you want to.
I so want to.
That's very unlike you.
I'm being spoken through. A higher being is using my mouth to speak.
It's a footprint that I can't look at. Okay, fine. I'll touch the dead body.
Have you heard of a computer-flavored jelly bean? Oh, motherboards, that sounds disgusting.
If only there was some particular event happening right now to make the date obvious. But things are slow lately. Is there something special about today? Other than it is QB Quiz Day 600 on Tumblr? Go and check out the QB Quiz on Tumblr.
So, this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah. He was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
So, he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos?
That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples.
Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched.
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay?
Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome.
Yikes! What in the world?
My name is Punko. P-O-N-C-O. Punko. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you.
It's a robot.
I am not a robot. I am Punko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Punko.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Oh, Punko, I've missed you.
Huh? Do you know this thing, Athena?
Oh, she,
Showed us around the last time I came here with Apollo.
Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I am so happy. So very happy.
Wow. A guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
Huh? Ouch. That hurt.
Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly. Commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine, too. His name is Phoenix.
A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it.
Phoenix. Please, let me get a good look at your face.
Sure?
Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
Huh. This robot is pretty cute.
It's the cutest. You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great?
You make it sound like I don't make friends, Athena.
Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss.
Go where?
December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, Space Museum.
Oh, wow! What is this place? Is that rocket real?
Welcome, welcome! The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map.
Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1. Why do I have a feeling this is going to be relevant to the case?
Did you hear about Edgeworth's exploits at the embassy of Bulgaria?
I don't think that's what it's called.
You're right. But still, both sides of that place was important. Gee whiz, how does Athena know Ponko? Curiouser and curiouser. Ponko accepts your chosen name and won't dead name you.
I mean, unless, because we just saw here that it doesn't take into account the new person registering, and Athena did it for Phoenix. If you're going with, like, your parent who doesn't know, or an overly enthusiastic person who doesn't know your situation, and just, you know, puts in the wrong name, you might be screwed over. This is why you should never go to a place with someone who dead names you. Either let that person know you have a new name, or if they refuse to learn, then refuse to be their friend. Simple as that. Actions have consequences, and if your action is to say my fucking dead name, you're dead to me. Ah, the historical alien shooting a lone astronaut event. Great space history there. Until turnabout for tomorrow, Ponko would have her head pop out in broken court trial. What? Also, Ponko normal emote is the A pose. Neutralis room? Ripper's not just having a stroke, he's having a hallucination of murder! I'll change my Xbox 360 name.
but he's kind of fucked. And they're closing the live services this month. Yeah, my Xbox account used to have the wrong name for a long time. And so I just didn't link that to Discord because it's like, I didn't want to deal with that. But then I realized, oh, I can go and change that now because they're during Pride Month, because they have to be at least that progressive before they sent the flag into Diablo 4 hell. Did you see that? The Xbox account had the Pride Month flag for 4 days. But then on June 5th, when Diablo 4 came out, they switched the icon to this fiery logo. And so it looked like it's just like, hello, we are inclusive of all you people who are going to hell. I have hallucinations too? I am screwed.
Ask me anything, anything. I will explain.
Hat 1.
This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up. Also, you can tell they're just flexing because it's constantly Phoenix is looking up
To look at all of this stuff, and it has a parallaxing effect. Punko, divide by 0.
No. This is a replica of the Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. That's almost 12 years ago.
Yeah, it is.
It's exactly like the real Hat 1, inside and out. Its little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day.
Rockets have genders?
Yes,
I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was canceled.
over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out! Check it out!
Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here on my day off. Hey, what's this photo of?
Phoenix, that's the staff of the Hat 1 project.
I like the girl with the glasses. She looks nice. Oh, is that the girl? Yeah! Girl!
Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different.
Wait, question. Oh my gosh! Clay was 16 here. Oh, wait, we also have Starbuck. How old was he? He was 26. Starbuck was older than Clay was. Clay hasn't even reached the year Starbuck was in this first launch. They're putting a lot of trust in that. Unless Clay does something else. And they said in high school.
Ah, and that's...
What is it, Athena? Something wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young. That's all.
Well, it was 7 years ago, after all. So the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck.
He's Clay Terran, the victim.
So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of those staff jackets. He looks like he's just a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solomon's old jackets.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Clay would still be in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. This space museum is great. What fantastic exhibits.
Are you being paid to propagandize museums?
And libraries.
Shit! Have we ever been to a Have you ever been to a library, Mr. Wright?
Not in a game.
This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is the 3rd floor.
Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts! Budget cuts! We need more money! Money!
Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot?
While it was in space, the Hat 1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago.
Yep. That's what Director Cosmos said, too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope space probe.
That's just a picture, Punko.
I know. That's how you see things, dumbass.
Jesus.
I am sorry. That was not programmed by me. It was programmed by someone more malicious.
Don't program your robots for evil.
I may have red LEDs in my eyes, but I don't use them for evil. I use them for Angie.
I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh, yeah. The capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it could be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her.
Wow, just saying. Hey! Hey, player, push this button.
The way the Space Center launchpad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind.
I want to know! I want to know! Phoenix wants to know too.
Right. Now Athena's got a case of punko-itis.
If you have dyslexia, it's punko tits. No! Do not say stuff like that! Hooray! I will tell you then.
I got a tiny glimpse of chat. I saw the tiny bit of she doesn't know yet. Please don't spoil. I read that part. I didn't read the other part. And now I'm not looking at chat.
The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails. And brought into position at the launch site.
The girl robots like Ponko have the yellow parts organized to look like their tits.
I know. You think this would be a perfect design, but this just helps with identity. They're not normally installed. We choose to have them installed. Identity! Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget. So that's how we could build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center.
Wait. You keep going on about budget. Is this murder about money?
What isn't?
I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year. Myself included.
I'm guessing the whole thing's operated from the control room. Great, now you got me going, huh?
That it is. But it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged.
I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures.
I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for?
Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
Because of the bombing and the murder. Which is perfectly understandable, but we're in this world. Every 6 months is a murder.
That doesn't actually sound like a lot. Are we overpopulated?
Maybe. Why do you think we have a space program?
Well, when was the last time it was moved?
Searching data. I'm sorry. The answer isn't in my answer database. It's in the questions database, but I wasn't designed to say those.
I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions.
We used to have a bigger budget, but then we ran out of money for Panko's chest. Now I have chest envy. Flat girls, rise up.
Alright, they said the autopsy. Yeah.
Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Oh my gosh! A murder! Why? Checking registered data. I know! It's the Hope capsule! It was carried inside the Hope probe.
It contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes! It was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed! It must not be removed!
Don't worry, Ponko. The people in charge already know what happened.
They do? They do? I must ask them later.
So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion?
The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents.
Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer.
New emotion unlocked due to budget cuts. Dysphoria. I wish I had the pretty legs like the other women. The snatched waist, if you will, like the other women. And boobs.
Like the other women?
No other women have what I want to have. Big, round, bouncy, soft.
Okay. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum. And about your inner workings.
Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well. I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
I need this as a GIF.
I am a galaxy robot. I want tits the size of Jupiter.
In reference to what? Planet size! Are all 7 planets different sizes? If so, what is the, order of size? And could you use that as, a fun size chart? Of just, small, medium is translated to, Mercury, Earth, stuff like that. I've sent the gift. Check your cord. What? No, I specifically need a GIF of I love to explain, thank you for listening. I need that. I need the text. Because I explain too much.
You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently.
It's because Ponko is so friendly.
Well, what should we investigate next?
Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about.
Let's see. Security footage and fingerprint data. What else? Okay. Let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Bye, Ponko. See you later. Come again, come again! And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
Poor Punko.
What? What is that word? What a Dickensian life we have forced you to lead. What?
You want to get stabbed?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
Oh, okay. No problem.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wasn't helpful.
That's me.
I'll try to do better in the future. Please don't hate me.
Poor thing.
Now I feel bad for asking. No, I feel bad for asking. Charles Dickens, like.
Please, sir, may I have some more implants?
I will say, before I realized what I am, I never knew why I had such a fascination for, like, oh, small boxy robots that gets upgraded into a more femme form without limitations was, like, so cool to me. But now, looking at it, it's like, oh, my interests have aligned.
Hello, I have no gender. The only thing closest to a gender you could say is cleaning.
What should I do? Do I say a good boy or good girl? They're a robot, though. Do I say good robot? That feels weird, because if I heard someone call me say good human, then, Which path is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then.
I'm probably non-binary, but I have a cleaning job, so I can't think about that right now.
Tweet. Yep. You can't think about your own gender in a world of capitalism and bullshit. You gotta pay money to think about that. You gotta pay money to feel good. Have I ever said that I hate capitalism and we need a library economy fast? If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
Huh? What? How are you gonna possess a dead person?
What? What do you mean by that?
Sorry, wrong sidekick.
What? You had a psychic who could do that?
Well, they weren't a psychic, but they were a sidekick.
Are you making fun of my pronunciations, boss?
A little bit. You mean that lady in distress bit? Bullet. We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene.
You did? Our team found that too! It was Detective Army who fired that bullet.
Detective Army?
That's right! A warning shot for the defendant.
Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid I don't know the details. What with Detective Army gone and all.
But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together.
We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow we'll know about what he knows.
Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course.
I hope it goes down easy.
The path of justice is to go to the path of justice where the path leads to the path of justice that you choose to go to the path of justice of the path straight to justice. What? You take the old egg and you put it in the box and you put the box in the ocean. You take the new egg and you put it in the basket.
What? I imagine Athena's like, hey, boss, I'm here from Europe.
in the most Boston accent. Hey, boss, I'm here from Europe. I deal with kilos, you know? Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Ah, yes, I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. Kilometer Edward. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Whoa. He got Apollo's and my prints. He even got prints of all the robots.
I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Huh! Clay's fingerprints are here too.
I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all.
I still can't believe he took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important to this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tides for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy.
This is just a photo of Launchpad 1's door.
Yep, but Prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason.
Huh? What's so important about this door?
Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it.
Sounds like it's gonna be a major point of contention tomorrow.
I'm just a Joyzy girl. You know, old Joyzy. In England, go birds. Hey, don't forget about the prints comparison, boss.
Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now?
You just leave it to me. In justice we trust! The hell was that about? Got it!
What?
Here, let me just... here you go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened the security door.
He must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket.
His heart must be full of hopes and dreams. Must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventures right then.
Yeah, because fingerprints can totally have emotions behind... Don't make that a fucking thing. Don't make fingerprints have emotions. Don't do that. Don't mood ring the entire place.
Something for the lost and found? I'll be sure to take care of that.
No. This is an important piece of evidence.
Okay, I remember that they said of just like, oh, he was on security detail today, but in court, he lied because he just said it was vacation. Is Fulbright working 2 jobs? And this is his other one? This is what a fail state should be. 2 lines.
Person going, what the fuck is that?
And Venus going, sorry. We don't need a log thing of just like, hey, do you know about this? Yeah, but is it related to the stars? What are you talking about? You know, the stars! I don't think this has any measure to the case. It's just 2 lines.
Then it's super easy to go bip, 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 bip.
Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge camera 1.
Oh, that footage? Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it.
Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this?
Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here you go. Here, you just take the disc, you fold it into the 4th dimension, you pull it out for a tiny bit, and...
Huh? The screen went blank.
Yeah! Apparently, the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point.
Why didn't you just say this from the beginning?
Because if I said it and didn't show it, you'd think Blackwell put me up to it.
Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative.
Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right?
Now, are you talking about Justice the concept or Apollo?
Not an age-appropriate conversation, kid.
But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you?
Whoa! What the fuck was with the French? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. Bam.
Hey! We are playing as Phoenix!
It's been a while, but those are definitely Cyclops. Huh? Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No.
You can read lips?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I? I'm a superhero.
Okay. No. Psych lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magitama. Presenting evidence can break those locks. It can reveal any secrets they're hiding.
Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out of that piece of rock? How much did they bilk you out of for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to.
I'm more than capable of representing myself. Thank you very much.
Why do you have a lisp?
Because I bit my tongue.
Okay.
It isn't some kind of fraud. It really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago.
Now, imagine never have playing the first few games. Or actually, how soon does he get the Magitama? What game does he get the Magitama?
But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Let's see what presenting the Magatama will reveal, shall we?
Take that!
There's Sam. Game 2? Maybe. Yeah, I think it's game 2 because they needed a gimmick. Right, it's when Pearl shows up. And so it's during the second game with Godot.
I think you're hiding something, Detective. So why don't you just tell us about it?
Yeah, what do I do? Which is the path of justice?
Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's torn up on. Love. Justice. I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles. Isn't that right?
No! I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine.
Is that a fact?
Yup, peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch.
I don't think the guard detail was relaxed as you claim as long as this exists.
Take that!
There must be something wrong with my sunglasses today. You aren't presenting that to me as evidence, are you?
Is he making fun of me?
It's just as I said. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine.
I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed.
Wait. Police officers and rad police?
Take that!
Oh, Godot is 3. Wait. Do they fight Godot when he gets the Magitama?
Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet, security was so tight, they even brought in a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail.
Ow! What the? Ow! What was that?
Can you feel imaginary objects?
Hell yeah! Cool superpower, isn't it?
Doesn't that mean someone can just go,
Bang! Ah! There's a bullet in my chest! But I can also imagine myself healed up! See? Cool superpower.
oh, that is terrifying.
Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail.
As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But I'd say it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset.
Take that!
A bomb disarmer.
Detective Army specialized in bomb cases. The fact she was here on hand means that you people knew there was the possibility that a bombing would occur.
You got me, Mr. Right. That wasn't a cyclock, that was my fucking kidney! Ah!
Ah. Yeah, because the thing I remember about the Magitama is Phoenix falling off the bridge in the, like, small village, and Edgeworth taking the Magitama and, like, what the hell is all this? It's not the official Edgeworth voice, by the way. Not yet.
Alright, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Well, we're kind of here because someone got killed, so doesn't really change anything. Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was the warning delivered?
By phone and direct to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
It's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties.
Yeah, 5-year age gap. Not that big. They were partners. That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. I think we guessed that much. So, why is it being allowed? I've been wondering and wondering about it.
So, you weren't told why either. Huh.
No. I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, it would have to. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been looking for. The hunt I've been... Will you feel more confident with the accent? Yes, thank you. The hunt I've been on for the Phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
7 years past?
A Phantom, huh?
And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. Wait, what? Wait. Wait. The way you phrase that. But this case gets us a canon gay person. Was it Clay? Is it Clay? We find out that's why Apollo is so distraught. This Phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about? We'll have to wait and find out, lady.
Not a clue. But he seems to think that this Phantom is behind this whole incident somehow.
Wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case?
Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very Space Center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone.
So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom.
Well, it's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago. That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of law. So you see how this Phantom Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related.
Yeah, I could see why he'd think that. This incident and the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kinda strange during the last trial and all.
The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence!
Ugh. Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Huh? No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbucks is his Phantom. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice! I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now.
But why? He was convicted of murder!
Yeah, but they could have good logic too.
Andrew Tate is single! Why do you follow his advice of dating?
Because, wait, how'd you know I follow Andrew Tate?
You have that vibe!
Wait, who's talking?
It's the ghost of Apollo. He's trapped in the Magitama.
Let me out!
What? You just kept him in a rock this whole time!
It doubles up as both things. He's dead.
What? No, it's Clay who's dead!
Both of them are dead. They're in gay heaven. Or whatever.
Heckin' poggers. Hooray! More conflict of interest!
Yeah, it's like, why would he trust him? He's a criminal! The Adventure Time bit where Jake was in Finn's pocket this whole episode.
Say, where's Jake? Oh, he's in my pocket. Hey, buddy.
But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. I bought a dictionary to find that word. It was so conflicting in my head.
Where'd you buy it from?
I bought it off this, like, bum prosecutor.
Grasp in pain.
Yeah! How'd you know?
I've loaned it a few times.
You can loan it? He told me I had to buy it. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction.
I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's so cooperative. Don't worry. That's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent.
I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but now I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't.
Detective Fulbright. I guess I was wrong about you.
I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again.
Okay, that's your reasoning. You're not just on him as detail and just being like, I believe in everyone. It's you're actively like,
I can fix him.
Fulbright being one of those people.
Yeah, I can fix him. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You're the only ones who can stop him in court.
You really care and want what's best for for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective?
Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either.
I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago.
But really? Let's go find her, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get what was off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice and trust. On 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. On 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later.
Wait, if his superpower is being, able to work with imagination, is he imaginary?
That's a good question. Maybe he was an imaginary friend who just came to life.
You think it was Prosecutor Blackwell's?
Prosecutor Blackwell definitely would be into someone like Fulbright. Maybe.
There he goes.
Wait. Were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too?
Yeah. Let's go see what that witness knows.
Alright. Space Center entrance it is. We'll just teleport you there so that way you can't get lost.
It's time!
December 19th, Cosmos Space Center entrance.
Thank you, Ponko. Thank you. The witness must be around here somewhere.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot.
Hello,
Come over here.
hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clunko. Shall I guide you?
I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Doll, you're gonna break the chat. Doll, wait, hold your horses. Doll, no. Okay. Doll. What? Do you want me to try and do a voice for them, or do you want me to do something specific for this favorite character?
Don't have anything specific in mind. You have fun with her. Okay, but if you don't like the voice, tell me. I don't want to ruin this character for you.
Again? I've had it with you, hunk of junk.
I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen?
Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was gonna put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop.
That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do?
Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura
Ow!
So, she has more of an English accent then, if she's related to the Blackwell family. Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center.
Blackwell? Could she be?
And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Conko. That's me, Miss Aura.
Quit complaining! Your model number is Ponko 2.
Gah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Conko.
Quit your squawking already! Mm.
No, but what are you doing? No, no.
There. I bet you won't be talking back now. I will obey completely.
Yikes. I better watch what wires I cross with this one. Your last name. Your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
No, I do have a psychopath relative in the prison.
You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is...
Shut up! Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? (37) She was 30 years old at the first rocket. H. H. 9 years older. Jesus.
That's quite an Imagine having an 8-year-old child. You're like, okay, this person is completely autonomous. They can walk on their own. We don't have to deal with diapers anymore. And going, nah, let's deal with diapers again. She has a heart on her belt, so you can tell she's a loving parent. Parent of the
Is she the mother of the robots?
Yes, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena?
She is! Yes, I love adventure characters.
She makes the robots.
What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off?
Athena being shy? This is new.
Oh, yeah. I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison? Right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Ay, Miss Aura, that hurts. You're dead naming me.
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me? Useless hunk of junk.
But Miss Aura, you told me to only speak when you ordered me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap.
Robot abuse. Hawk attacks. Blackwell family must be interesting.
Oh, gee whiz. I wonder how Athena knows Aura. What a mystery. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. But the fact that it's like... What is Athena's last name? Sykes.
Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with.
The witness. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident?
That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators. So I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladder in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best just to humor her. Then, as I passed the 3rd floor window, boarding lounge 1, on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it.
So, you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait! You saw it being committed! This is no time just to nod and repeat. So, you saw into the 3rd floor lounge the very scene of the crime.
That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand and a knife in their right. I love the little bolt hair thing. Cute.
That must have been the culprit. Did you see who the person was?
Of course not. The power was out on that floor then. And there was only that tiny window.
I see. But did you witness the moment of the murder?
Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 a.m. I don't know if you can hear the lawn stuff being done outside, but they're starting to do that. You climb that ladder, girly pop.
Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features?
I already told you. It was pitch black in there. Although, I did notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand was a pretty ornament. Had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue. Like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyway.
An Earth emblem on the lighter. I better remember that. Aura's statement added to the court record. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbucks innocent with it.
Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath.
Pardon me?
Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry. I just detest lawyers. That's all.
What don't you like about lawyers?
It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more.
That didn't make me feel any better, actually. My boyfriend's a prosecutor. Why do you hate lawyers so much?
Little things from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place.
I certainly don't agree.
I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Preach! Even sad sacks like this one. Hey you! Look alive there!
I like this.
Ah, yes, yes. Here I go. I am the ultimate robot with amazing arm and vacuum and high pressure, and the robots rule the world.
Alright, that's enough of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
Now,
Huh?
what was I doing?
Yep. I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about, that's what makes us human! Well, the girl finally talks, and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human, you mean? Getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice having such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss?
Get a hold of yourself, Athena.
Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system?
So, she distrusts not only the lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system. What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter?
Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck? Huh? Oh, this?
Around Athena's neck? Does she mean widget?
Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned to her castle.
Her royal what? Is she talking about Athena? She's a goddess.
By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right?
Director Cosmos? Yeah, that's right.
You poor things. You'd better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart.
What?
He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care?
What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid.
I'll leave you to... I read that wrong for the first second. I thought she said, I'll leave you to your hose. Come on, hunk of junk. You're mine.
Is she not gonna, like, say the proper line, though?
No.
It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem really down.
I can't believe she said all those things!
Wow! She's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time?
It would be hilarious, but also telling, if, like, every time it cut over to her with the little sad, like, oh, what was me, I'm holding my arm, if Widget was pissed. That, I feel like that, they have the excuse of just, like, her emotions are whatever Widget is, because Widget is attached. That would have been, like, great insight, that she's acting all meek, but she's angry.
Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time.
You mean that whole Dark Age of Law nonsense? I'm sick of hearing about that.
Well, all I can do is believe in what we're doing.
Oh, you is wonder how Aura knows Athena. Well, that's not actually surprising, because I know that Athena has a connection to Blackwell in some fashion. Whether he was the prosecutor, whether he was the killer, stuff like that. I know that she's connected to Simon, so the fact that she is connected to Aura was not surprising. What was surprising was her going about the whole of her royal highness. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree.
Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck.
Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Mrs. Blackwell's statement. The Dark Age of Law that started with her brother's conviction, arguably closer to Aura.
Oh. All right, then. Next up, the detention center. Hey, look at my badge.
My badge is starting to look pretty good on me, don't you think?
It suits you well.
Oh yeah, there is the badge. I'm starting to feel like it gives me more dignity and presence, too.
I think she might be experiencing a little too much from one tiny little badge.
After months, we have finally met her. Oh my. Hey, you nearly forgot about me.
My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape.
Really? So they're gonna let me go?
Unfortunately, it was dark, and she couldn't identify the person.
I should have known. My stars never aligned just right, too. But we got a lead, too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something?
Yup, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help. So please, tell us what you remember.
I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That That's huge! Do you remember seeing anything?
A ladder. I saw the flame of a ladder floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby?
It was definitely the boarding lounge.
So it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flicker. A dark shadow. That must have been... third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know.
If we can prove there was this third person at the scene, and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion.
The key will be whether or not we can identify this person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus.
It's also a really big plus, because do you know who this exonerates?
Who does it exonerate? Do you even know what that word means?
It means it was none of the robots. Otherwise, Miss Robot Lady would have said there was a glowing face. And him, too.
Huh. Yeah, humans need light to see. I don't know if the robots need light to see, but they do have a light-up face. It should probably tidy up the evidence a little bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder.
Irrelevant evidence tidied up.
Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving.
You know what?
Two pieces of evidence were removed. That's it. You ever think about how Widget's face looks like Panko? Don't know if there's a canon connection, but thoughts. Oh, yeah, I do think with the thing of the... Because I don't know if you noticed, they had the exact same emotions as Widget. Because when it was red, it was that same face. When they were angry about, don't touch the capsule. And then when they were like, what's going on? They had the little yellow face. But there's the issue of it's hard to really pinpoint that because their heads and bodies are constantly moving. Widget is just there. Just a tiny little thing. I think it's implication. Yeah, I think it is too. I think you're supposed to, like, make a slight connection with Athena before you even meet Aura, of when you meet Panko. You're like, huh, Athena knows Panko. Panko kind of looks like the little device on her neck. Huh.
My actual name is Yuri Sykes.
And Athena's already close to Panko. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Panko was there 7 years ago. So I feel like that's when how old is Athena? She would have been 11. But she knew Panko when she was 11. And that's why it's like, oh, I knew you.
My name is actually Sapphire Galaxy. Seriously, that's a fucking cool name. Same with Yuri Cosmos. The memory that is a Russian name, Yuri. Yuri is such a strong name, but it is also a vice.
Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance?
For someone who's highly empathic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic.
I'm so excited for you to find stuff out. I am too! These games, very good, that I've played.
So, you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Papa.
Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is.
Let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is Eldon's Noodles.
Oh, Apollo!
What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around.
Apollo! You're supposed to be in bed! Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
Thanks. But that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo.
My vote is the only established restaurant.
Your injuries. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo. And I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer.
A suspicious figure, huh? Right. It wasn't me. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. And fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that.
Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? Also, if you just die, you can go to gay heaven with Clay, you know.
I have establishments here I gotta keep check on.
Are you talking about Gavin?
I'm talking about Gavin.
Are you two just friends?
That's what the historians will say.
Apollo!
That's right. Best friends since junior high.
Sounds like me and Junie. So, what was Clay like?
Well, he was full of compassion and energy. And he had a really loud voice.
If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you would break a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right.
Sounds like me and Junie, she says. She fucking sees Apollo. She just saying straight to Apollo's face, I don't know why people ship us.
Every sidekick has been shipped with the main.
Have you been shipped with Apollo? Have you been shipped with Phoenix?
Yes!
Just looks at Apollo. Heat from fire.
Fire from heat. Hey, no.
I knew it!
Wait, are you?
No.
The robots are trans, though. That's who told me.
Ah! Wait, huh? The robots?
Oh, yeah, you haven't met them.
Seems like only yesterday. Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. He used to talk about it a lot. He was going to become an astronaut. And me? A lawyer. We talked well into the night. And even then, we never grew tired of it.
Yeah. I don't want to transvestigate Apollo there, but he has softer features than Clay. There's nothing that disproves my argument.
Why should that character be trans? What does it add to the story?
What does them being cis add to the story?
You little snowflake, you darn...
That's how I feel about the Apollo being trans headcanon. Doesn't remove anything if he isn't.
Game 6, where they finally show his birth certificate. Yeah, I failed my birth certificate. That's why there's an F on it.
Yep.
Apollo, about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He
He always looked so proud wearing it. Oh! Oh, frick, that's the jacket! Wait a minute! Clay kicking his... Clay kicking his feetsies and twirling the phone cord. When you wear his oversized shirt, just gay things. You missed a lot of gay stuff, Ripper.
But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it.
Damn it. It's not fair!
Apollo, I hope you don't try and carry the burden all alone.
I guess we're both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster. I came out the wrong gender. Who knew?
I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts.
That was a rough time for me. But Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. Jesus. If you take it in certain contexts, yeah!
You're fine. Huh.
You're fine, and I'm fine. Were like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom! Mom! Get away, Apollo! Don't come over here! Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, "I'm fine!" And then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine! There you go! Now, we're both fine! Yeah, we're fine! We're fine! What are you laughing about? See? We're fine! You laughed first! I'm fine! You're fine! We're both fine! Oy. Oh! It was Apollo who originated. It's just that Clay literally said it louder and people attributed it to him. That voice is so good for a secretly gay high school guy. It was supposed to be a secretly gay middle school kid. Fuck, there's such a good joke I could do, but it's a spoiler. Yeah. Call back to this moment. Send the clip when you do. Clip the stream. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar?
If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
But what? What? What do you mean by a leave?
You're really serious. Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself.
But that's our goal too.
I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth? Huh. That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow, Apollo. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way. Why did you start her on friend? It's nothing. Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion. Ugh! He's not walking out on us like this. I'm gonna go talk some sense into him.
Hold on, Athena.
What?
Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth will arrive. The truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo.
Yeah, you're right, boss.
All right, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things do turn out fine tomorrow.
Woo! Holy rust buckets! This was just supposed to be a simple little investigation segment, you know. It's day one investigation. It's after the trial. We're still looking at the fresh evidence and stuff. Nope! There is gut punch after gut punch. Love when everyone in a case comes together to be biasedly invested in the case. But yeah, that last part. Ugh, I had to stretch some acting chops there. In quick succession. This is... I so just want to, like, continue it and keep going. But... Did live end? No. I'm still talking. Wait. Ripper? Do you hear me? Or have you just been guessing what I think I'm saying? Still going. Okay. Okay. You spooked me. But yeah, this is so good. I want to learn more. I want to keep going. I want to play this on my own and just get to the end and then talk about it in like an essay video. But I don't have the editing skills for that kind of stuff. I use Shotcut for all of the sakes. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait for next time. This
Oh, and there's little robots. There's little robot people. And then there's the hot inventor lady. Cool. But she's a Blackwell, which is extremely conflicting, because I do not like Prosecutor Blackwell. Which, now that's going to be interesting. We have to specify which Blackwell we're talking about now, because she exists. She exists so hard, we have to change our talking patterns. Or, best in the series. She doesn't like Prosecutor Blackwell either. Yeah. I'm just imagining the other side of this, where we're in a much lesser game. I won't say what, but it's like she hates him, but in that kind of like incestuous sibling way, and it's like, ugh. I don't want to name names. But, oh my gosh. The issue I'm finding is I don't see an obvious culprit other than Director Cosmos. Which is going to be kind of weird, because, let's see. Last case, old guy with a beard. With a foreign-esque accent. This time, old guy with a beard. Last case is always great. Well, as we can see here, there's 2 more cases after this one. So, I don't know what you're saying about last case is the best. DLC! This is the last case. That's why everything is wrapping up. The Aquarium is bonus DLC. Wait, then what about the one before that? There's literally, with my mouse here, there's a 5 here. Special case. There's a 5 here. There's another case after this with... We'll get to him. We'll see what his canon voice is eventually. It's split in 2. You're on 5. But no, this is the space stuff. Right here. What are you talking about? And 5 is the same case? It's weird. Oh. But that does say a lot towards what the story is going to be. It's so complicated and long that they had to split it between 2 case sections. Everything else has been a single, like, thing. This one is like, we're getting into the weeds of it. Unless the way to solve this case, we're going to time travel in the middle of the case to look at the case that Prosecutor Blackwell happened. Either he killed someone or the case of that stuff. Case 4 is borderline just a prologue to the case. Jeez. Okay, but this was a... there's so many good moments in here. And so, I'm going to be ending stream soon. Here's the things. I do these every Monday, noon, PST. Use a calculator to figure out your own time. I don't know where everyone lives. And next week, we will continue this really great series. This is... wow. I kept on hearing bad things about the Ace Attorney series, where it's like, oh, it's kind of hacked me and not convincing and stuff like that. But this one hasn't had any issues, and I wonder if anyone's ever played them. So, pushing the button to end stream.